Good morning, Wyoming fans, and welcome back to Omaha for Game 2 of the Midwinter Classic. Team Wyoming 18U Single A taking on Lincoln Capitals United. Hunter Turfrin in the net to start. Off the draw, knocked ahead, and Lincoln will get it across the blue line. Rolls down into the far corner. Played ahead by John Martin. Bounce back to the blue line. Lincoln will take a shot from there, and it's tipped and in. Long shot from way back in the blue.
I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to ask you to move because we were here first. It's a very awkward position to stand, and it's kind of weird that you just put your stuff here now. Sorry. Not to be rude, but come on.
Kind of.
Thank you. Tipped and wide off the glove. Wyoming battling through the neutral zone, up and high, but stays in play. Thrown on net, stick to the side. And Wyoming's offsides. Neutral zone face-off. Back to Lincoln. And they'll come across the near side and up to neutral ice. Across the blue at the near point. Shot tipped wide by Weichert. And rolls into the far corner. Dug out. Heaton will come out with it. He'll send it up the boards. Head to Koloski trying to break it out of the zone. Poked away. Heaton back into the corner for it. Heaton still got control. He'll look up the boards. Passed. Back to Heaton. He'll get it back to Koloski. Stays in the zone. Shot through and sent clear. Richard sends it deep and it'll roll the length. Crying out loud. On the break, Marty in, shot just wide. Lincoln sends it back clear. Wyoming will collect the loose puck behind the net. They're trying to send it around. We got Cassidy near boards. He'll feed it forward. Marty tips it ahead. And broken up. Back to Heaton. Got a stick on it. Picked up by Cassidy. He'll wait for the clear and take it in on the near point. Cassidy, a little move, poked away. He'll get it back. Thrown back to the point. Heaton looks. Comes across the middle and sends it over to Zoo. Zoo far point. Knocks in, taking off the puck, and he'll get it back. He'll send it ahead, knocked down by the D. And lifted clear. That'll be an icing on Lincoln. Face off down in the Lincoln zone. Cassidy pokes loose behind the net. Lincoln will get it back and they'll send it clear to the neutral zone. Sherman turning back. Lincoln down in the corner. Pass broken up, rolls behind the net, out front, and cleared out by Sherman. They'll chase him into the corner. Ahead, up the boards. Cassidy driving the near boards. Down into the corner. Still on it. Lincoln will poke it away. Cassidy pushes him off and gets it back. Cassidy trying to knock it back out in front. Picked up. Shot just a little wide by Martin. Wynn will chase it down far boards. Poked loose. Lincoln gets it. Oh, zone held. Oh, now we'll get a whistle. Looks like it might have dribbled over the blue line. 9:28 left. Lincoln with the early score. That's all that's on the board so far, 1-0. Face off back in the Lincoln zone. To the point. Shot. Knocked down in traffic. And kicks to the near side. Lincoln will pick it up there. Lincoln around behind the net. Kowalski with good pressure. Lincoln gets it out to neutral ice. Sherman knocks him off. They'll recollect the puck and circle back to their own blue. Back in their own zone. Lincoln up the near side. Bounces past and long. No icing. Tipped up in the neutral zone. Sherman back to get it. Sends it around. And Wyoming out of the far corner trying to go back across to this side. Lincoln will get there first. Back to the near point. Shot blocked by Kowalski. Rolls out into neutral ice. They'll get clear. Wyoming circles from the far side. Sherman driving out of the zone. He'll take it up and across the blue. In, rolls on net, sticked into the near corner. I'm sorry, that was Ryan Wickard. Thrown back to the point. Line held by Cassidy. It stays in. Now Lincoln will get it out. And Lincoln coming across to the far point. Thrown back. Picked up by Lincoln. They'll dump it back top of the zone. Shot blocked. And Cassidy trying to get loose. He'll circle back and get the puck. Cassidy, middle of the D zone, sends it ahead. Tipped up by Kowalski. And Lincoln will send it across to this side. Knocked out of the zone. Picked back up by Heaton. He's working in the middle. Back across. Trying to get it across the blue line. Poked away. Thrown in by Lincoln. Heaton will beat him to it. Feeds it back up the boards. And back up to Bear. Chips across the ice to Cassidy on the near side. Cassidy from the point. Shot bounces up and in. Cassidy fires from the point. Evens it up at 1. YO goal number 25, Reed Cassidy. On an assist from 78, Jake Bear.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Back out to center ice. Chase off the face-off, and he'll drive into the zone. From the far point, fires, shot blocked. Thrown clear. And we'll pick it back up and neutral ice and feed it ahead. Here comes Martin from the point. Shot wide. Sticked into the corner. Marty will go chase it down. He'll send it on net. Just tipped and wide. And Lincoln will ice it. Just under 7 minutes left first period, tied up at 1. Face off back down in the Lincoln zone. Back to Marty. Oh, send it back across. Sherman far side, up the boards and ahead to Bear. Bear through the neutral zone, and he'll dump it around. Martin chases into the near corner. Chips ahead, Marty behind the net. Pass back out front, nobody there yet. Cassidy come crashing into the zone. Or not Cassidy, Wynn. And Marty will fire it, that's gonna be an ice. We'll go back into the Wyoming zone. Face off, down low, kick to the side. Wyoming will come around behind the net and up the near boards. Out to neutral ice, loose puck gets passed, and Lincoln will pick it back up. To the center line, knocked away at the blue line and sent clear by Wickard. Lincoln trying to send it back in. They'll enter on the far point. Knocked off the puck and collected by Koloski. He'll battle it forward. Koloski working down the near boards. Pushes into the corner, he'll go chase it down below the goal line. Koloski looking for help out in the middle. Hangs on to the puck. Still working to the far corner. Sends it back up, looking for Wickard at the point. Back down to Koloski. That'll bounce through and iced by Lincoln. Face off back down in the Lincoln zone. Draw to the boards. Koloski picks up the loose puck. He'll work in. Pass across the middle. Kimbley with a shot, just air wide. Comes out near boards. Win. Back to Zoo, sends it forward. Kimbley trying to find it out front. Koloski there. Kimbley gets it back. Kimbley turns, shot, little high. Goes off the glass and around the corner. Zoo there to hold the line. Send it back down to the corner. And Koloski pass out in front looking for Kimbley. Broken up. Back to Zoo at the point. He'll take it back out. Zoo circling in the neutral zone, waits for the clear, and he'll take it in. Zoo working through the middle. Shot, knocked down in the skate. Poked ahead by Kimbley, and Lincoln will get it clear. Back to the far side. And 3-on-1 for Lincoln walks in. Nothing. Covered up. Hunter Treffern with the save on the 3-on-1. A little under 5 left in the first period. Face off in the D zone, knocked to the boards, back to the point and thrown deep. Comes out in front of the net, picked up there by Wyoming. Eaton trying to battle it out of the zone. Broken up, Zoo will chase him back down to the corner. Sticks the shot behind the net. Lincoln picks it up near corner. Ahead to Cassidy. Cassidy looking for Marty up through the middle. Broken up. Chasing back, pokes the puck loose. Ahead through the middle and picked up by Bear. Bear near point, drops for Cassidy, working in. Looks for the pass, kicked off a skate. Bear chases it down, sends it across the middle. Nothing, another shot and glove. Face off on the far dot in the offensive zone. Off the draw, Bear knocks it forward, picked up by Lincoln. Below the goal line, they'll pass it out front, tipped up by Marty, but Lincoln gets it to the boards. Marty will chase him back into the corner. Sent all the way around. Far side, bounces over the blue line, and Lincoln on the break. Wickard in to cut him off. Treffern with the save, bounces through feet. Marty will pick up the loose puck and skate it up. Across for Cassidy near boards. Cassidy at the point. Shakes the guy, feeds through the middle. Marty across, broken up. Shot. Wickard took the shot, bounced it off of Cassidy. And here comes Lincoln the other way. Wickard will take him off the puck. That's going to be a kneeing. We're going to have a kneeing penalty there on Wyoming, or a trip.
First penalty kill on the day. Still tied at 1, 3:27 left in the first period. Face off down the Wyoming zone.
Oh, put the hammer down? Yeah, that's right. You know, I forgot.
Get the penalty up on the board. Bears ready for the face off. Off the draw, Lincoln back to the near point, throws it across, far circle, shot, sticked up and stays in play, rolls into the corner, Eaton there to tie it up. Eaton still working on it. Lincoln sends it back, splits the D, and it'll roll clear. That's going to go all the way back to the goalie. Bear into pressure. Lincoln will send it around near side, held in the zone by Martin. Bear picks up the loose puck, and he'll work around. Bear trying to get it down to Martin. He'll chase it below the goal line. Pass out in front. Just off the side of the post. Nobody there in front. And Lincoln sends it up to center ice. Lincoln will roll it around to the near corner. Bounces loose, and we'll pick it back up. Battle through. Lincoln gets it back across. They'll hold the zone. Far circle, thrown through the middle, almost picked off. Bears going to chase him back to the point, and they'll send it back into the zone. Lincoln pass to the top, missed. And it's a foot race back. Bears been on there too long to chase it. We'll get some fresh legs out. Eaton got a little stick on it. Lincoln sends it across, and Sherman will send it clear. .35 seconds left on the kill. Sherman will fire it deep. Down to 30 seconds on the kill. Lincoln, long stretch pass, and iced. Face off near dot in the offensive zone for Wyoming. Still got 25 seconds left on the kill. Eaton holding the zone. He'll walk back down the boards. Eaton trying to battle it forward. Picked off, and Lincoln will send it wide of the net. Rolls behind. Threw back to help. Picked up by Kimbley. Kimbley trying to pass it forward. It'll roll over the blue line. Lincoln will have to clear. Eaton finds it. He'll get across the blue with it. Still on it. Sends it into the corner. Rolls deep. Lincoln will pick it up behind their own net. We're back to 5-on-5. Same play. Lincoln gets into the zone on the near side. Pass back through the middle, picked off. And they'll get it back top of the zone. Shot, knocked down in traffic. Inadvertent whistle there, apparently. Maybe it was from the other side. Cassidy will pick it up. Cassidy working forward to win. Cassidy waits for the clear. He'll dump it deep. We'll get back on sides. And Lincoln picks it up far corner. Lincoln working up the far boards. Thrown in behind the net. Pass through the middle, broken up by Sherman. They'll get it back. Pass through the middle again. That one, Marty knocked it wide. Lincoln will chase it down to the corner. Through the middle, Sherman will knock him off the puck and covered up. .5 seconds left in the first. Tied up at 1. Get a face off down far dot D zone. Cassidy off the draw, knocks it forward. Tried to get a shot off, broken up. Marty chasing into the zone. He'll lift a stick, get the puck back. Around behind the net, wrap around, feed to the middle, broken, nothing there. Marty back out. Tied up in the boards now. And then Marty will work down into the corner, pass across the middle, picked off, and that's the end of the first. One period in the book, tied up at 1.
He's in the locker room.
Scoreboard shows a 2-minute penalty on Wickard to open the second. Might have missed something there, but nobody in the box. The door's not open. I'm not sure if that's an error on the scorebook or the scoreboard, or if he will in fact be in the box to start the second period. That scoreboard is apparent. Oh, they've cleared it off now. We're good. 5-on-5 to open the second. Bear out to take the face off. Marty and Cassidy on the wing. Knocked forward. Cassidy chasing in. And Lincoln will collect it in their own zone. Back to the near boards. They'll get in at the point. Shot sticked away. And bounced up and out of play. Wickard trying to knock it clear off the glass. Got a little high. Run a few extra seconds off the clock. Back down to the D zone for the face-off. No idea. Shot sails wide. And Sherman sends it around behind the net to Wickard on the far corner. Wickard up the boards. Bounces back to Wickard. He'll try around the near side. Marty chasing near boards. Backhands it up to the point. Shot. Knocked down. Poked ahead. And picked up by Cassidy. They're a little offside, so they'll have to get clear. And now Lincoln finds themselves on a breakaway. Shot. Gloved wide. Poked clear and into the corner. Lincoln sends it back to the point. Rolls past him. Played by the goalie. Thrown back to the blue line far side. Picked up by Heaton there. He'll make a move. Get a little bit of space. Heaton pass across the crease. Nothing there. Marty will hold his own. Send a shot. Bouncing in front. Picked up. Shot just wide. Still in the Lincoln zone. And we're going to have a penalty interference on Lincoln down in front of the net. .35 remaining second period. And Wyoming first power play of the morning. Kimbley off the draw. Over to Martin in the corner. He'll send it around behind the net. Cassidy forward, but Lincoln will chip it over his head. Sherman holds it. Nope. Now it'll get clear. And Heaton chases it back down in the Wyoming zone. Heaton near side. He'll go cross ice. Little in front of Bear. Or Kimbley, sorry. And thrown deep. Kimbley picked it back up. Got it to Cassidy. Cassidy top of the zone. Shot and glove. Minute and a half left of power play. We'll get another face-off down in the Lincoln zone. Cassidy will take this one. Gets control, sends it back to the point. Sherman will send it down the boards, rolls through the corner and behind the net. Lincoln trying to feed it back out. Picked off by Kimbley. Kimbley works out of the corner a little. He'll go back in the corner. It bounced off a stick and up out of play. Late on the whistle, but we'll get another face-off. Cassidy will take the draw this time on the far dot. He'll chase it down, kick it back to the point. Shot from there, just a little miffed. Lincoln ahead on the breakaway. Move, shot, and it'll go in. Lincoln, little shorthanded breakaway, and they go up 2-1. Kimbley will take the face off. Bear and Marty on the wings. Eaton back on D with Wicker. Sent deep on net and sticked aside by Turfin. Pass out, makes the neutral zone, and Lincoln will lift it deep. Caught out of the air by Heaton. Pass across. Gets it through to Marty, he'll chip it in. A little tied up at the blue line. And Kimbley chasing. He'll roll to the near corner. Bear is there. Lincoln will get the puck and send it deep. Back to Heaton. Heaton circles in the D zone. Almost poked away. Heaton will get it back, and now he's got a little room. Heaton comes up near side, into the point. Push to the boards, and he'll ride it down to the corner. And around behind the net. Heaton and Marty both back there. Heaton will recollect it, sends it out front. Nobody there but Lincoln. They'll lift it clear. On net, the length of the ice. Picked back up by Bear behind the net. Bear ahead, long stretch pass to Marty, tipped up and deep, and he'll chase. Thrown back away. We're back to 5-on-5, and iced by Lincoln. Bear to the far dot in the offensive zone. Wynn and Marty on the wings. Marty across, looking for Wynn near side, wide open, just a little out of his reach. Wynn will collect it on the boards, drops back to the point. And chipped in just a little high by Sherman. Up over the short glass. And we'll play it in the neutral zone. There, Marty will take it, nope, knocked away. Tried to get a little backhand shot through the middle. Bear sends it deep. Marty chasing. He'll pick it up behind the net. Marty looking. Rides it around to the near corner. And he's getting tied up in the corner. Lincoln will dig it out. Pass across. They'll get over the blue line. Shot high. Turfin with the blocker. Bounces up and over the glass. Wyoming knocks it down into the Lincoln zone. Will chase back behind the net. Lincoln out of the near corner. Pass up to the blue line. Just out of reach and picked off. Well, no, they'll get it back. Sherman knocks it loose. Up to Koloski, and he'll push it ahead. Broken up. Lincoln sends it deep. Wide of the net. Sticks back behind by Turfin. Picked back up by Sherman down low. Sherman will come out of the pile with it. Take a look up ice. Pass picked off. And Lincoln trying to get it back across the middle. Broken up by Sherman. It'll roll the near corner. Back. Oh, got it out to neutral ice. Deflected down off the stick, and that'll bounce in. Lincoln gets a bounce there, and they're up 3-1. Face-off chipped ahead by Cassidy. And Cassidy working down in the corner. Martin picks it up out of traffic, knocked away. Thrown clear by Lincoln. Foot race back, and that'll be an icing. Near dot face-off in the offensive zone. Kimbley will take the draw. Cassidy and Martin on the wings. Over to Cassidy in the corner. Cassidy looking, worked down by the net. Back to Kimbley, across behind the net to Cassidy in the far corner. He'll look for something. Cassidy trying to battle it forward, thrown back clear.
Bounces off the boards into neutral ice. Blue back to get it, sends it clear, and Lincoln's offsides. Neutral zone face-off, kicks ahead. Lincoln will pick it up, send it back to their D. Cassidy, good pressure. Lincoln will bounce it clear. Across the middle, rolls into the far side, and that icing called off. Zool tied up the corner. Sent back up to the point, and that is offsides, just got out. .804 remaining in the second. Wyoming down 3-1. Kimbley off the draw, knocks it forward, and he'll chase it down. Working in through the feet. He'll get down, pass through the middle, broken up. Coming forward, shot over the net. Martin got to the puck, but just tipped a little high. Martin chasing it down in the corner. And about had it dug out of the pile. Pass through the middle, and Lincoln picks it up there. They will send it clear. That should be another icing. Okay, I thought that was an icing, but we're going to go neutral zone face-off on the Wyoming side.
She's like, Dad, I've already figured out how to film and drive at the same time. Like,
We've got a 2-minute penalty showing on the board for Wyoming. I missed it. Cassidy in the box for 2. Back on the kill. We'll send it clear. Lincoln back in their own zone. Marty chasing them into the corner. Knocks it loose. Puck comes back to Bear. They'll dump it back in the corner. Marty's there. And Lincoln comes back up with the puck. Lincoln in near point. Down to the corner. Heaton trying to knock him off the puck. They'll ride through. Back up the far boards, up to the top of the zone. Pass back down the boards, thrown through. Lincoln shot, and a little quick whistle there. Turfman trying to find it right below his knees, but they blew the whistle, so we'll get a face-off. Minute 14 left on the kill. 6:50 left in the second. Bear and Marty out front. Sherman will fire at the length. On net, sticked aside by the goalie. Lincoln behind their own. Marty will chase him down. Marty knocks it loose. He's got it tied up in the far corner. Bear right there to help out. And Lincoln will escape their own zone. Pass across the middle, bouncing puck. Gets around the corner, walks in, shot, bounces high. Shot it over the net. Back to Wickert, trying to feed it forward. Marty sends it to the blue line, picked up by Lincoln. A move and a shot off the top bar and high out of play. .606 left in the second. We still got 30 seconds to kill. So Kimbley and Martin out front. Nope, Kimbley and Marty out front. Martin back on D with Sherman. Nope, Marty will come off. Kimbley and Martin will be our forwards. Wickert back on D with Sherman. Thrown ahead, picked off by Wickert. Lincoln will get it back. Shot. Save. And we got a whistle. I think the net kicked off. Turf are able to hold it out under some pressure there. Far dot face off in the D zone. Kimbley over the dot.
Lincoln tries to get a shot off, broken up. Pass through the middle, and that was dangerous. A little shoving at the top of the crease there. Sherman trying to get a little space. Lincoln misses the shots. Turford able to get a stick in front of it. Sherman piled on. And we'll come up with a puck. We're back to 5-on-5. Looking for the stretch pass out front. Couldn't find Cassidy at the blue line. He was wide open. Turford with another stick save, and he'll cover this one. Kimbley to the dot. Bouncer through traffic and gets into the near side. Lincoln sends it across. Cassidy will go chase it down. Back pass ahead to Martin, and Martin driving the far boards. Over to Kimbley, broken up. Kimbley will chase it back down to Martin on the boards. He'll send a shot wide of the net. Bounces back. Cassidy on the near side. Just kicks through. Lincoln on the near boards. They'll send it up to neutral ice, the length. And sticked aside by Turfren. Pass through the back door. Turfren able to tip it up and high. Just over the bar. Lincoln's going to knock him off the puck and hold the zone. Heaton back to get it. Heaton looking up. Pass up right to the point for Lincoln. They'll walk in. Shot off the post. Try to go up the boards again, and that'll be a nice one. Down to the Wyoming zone, will face off, looks to be the far dot. Nope, we'll go near dot. Off the draw, missed the shot there and sent clear up to Koloski. Koloski and Wynn in too wide. Koloski working in from the board, shot, stick down. Sent back to the neutral zone. Sherman will pick it up there. He'll try to work ahead, knocked away. Back to Wickert. Wickert looking up. Marty far boards. Marty gets it into the zone, but knocked away from him. Lincoln picks it up, and they'll skate in the far side, off sides. Neutral zone face-off. Looks like Marty will take the draw this time. Marty, Koloski, and Wynn. Marty battles through. He'll work to the near side into the zone. Circles, shot, tipped and wide. Goes into the far corner. Koloski will chase it down there, back to the point. Wynn across near point for Eaton. He'll fire one into traffic, and goalie will cover. Marty back to the dot in the offensive zone. Pokes it ahead. Lincoln will pick it up below the goal line. And Lincoln comes out across the blue. In on the far point. Zoo pushes it loose into the corner. Lincoln trying to work back, pass through the middle in the air. And the net's off again. Face off in the D zone for Kimbley. Knocked aside. And we'll skate it forward. Cassidy all the way down to the far corner. Lincoln knocks it loose. Cassidy chasing back, and Wickard will send it deep. Cassidy around the near side of the net. He'll take it back across, poked away. Lincoln far corner, they'll get it up to the point. Wickard will hold his own. Back out to Kimbley. Kimbley, shot blocked. Knocked down, and Lincoln will skate it clear.
Thrown through the middle. Lincoln in top of the zone. Rickard will push him wide into the corner. With the takeaway, and he'll send it around the near side to Bear. Bear takes a look, goes cross ice, all the way over to Cassidy. Cassidy into the zone, far side to Kimbley through the middle, knocked off the puck. Sent back into the zone by Marty, and he'll chase. We're going to have a delayed penalty here. Looks like it's going to be, I don't know who it's going to be on. They haven't blown the whistle yet, nothing. Arm went down. Marty collects the loose puck, and he'll come up the near side, and that's going to be a slash on Lincoln. .150 remaining in the second period. And we're going back on a 2-minute power play. Lincoln called for slashing at the blue line. Cassidy will take the face off. Bear on his left, Marty on his right. Heaton back on D with Zoo. Back to Heaton at the point, looks. Down the boards to Bear. Bear in the corner, pass, back up to Heaton, tip, but Heaton will come get it. He'll send it through the feet, back to Bear in the corner. Bear takes a look. Top of the zone. 2 circles. Bounces it back down to Bear. Bear in the corner all the way across far side. Pass back out, broken up. Lincoln picks that off, and they will skate it across the blue line. Sent in deep. Zoo picks it up behind the goal line. Set up. 1:20 left on the power play. Cassidy across the blue. He'll build some speed through the neutral zone in the near point. Stops and knocked back clear. Lincoln back the other way. Shot. Gloved by Turfrin. Under a minute left in the second. Get another face-off near dot of the D zone. Still 1:05 left on a power play. Martin in to take the face off. Lincoln gets the puck, shot just wide. Comes up the near boards, and Koloski will dig it out. Out to the neutral zone ahead of Martin, and Lincoln sends it back forward. Sherman holding the blue line. Sent back into Wickard. We'll go chase it far boards. Wickard feeds it ahead. Get it up to Wynn. Wynn working up the far boards. He'll enter the zone. Wynn chasing all the way down to the corner, still on it. Tries to feed it back to the point. Picked up by Martin, and pass through the middle is broken up. Still in the zone. Koloski collects it. He'll turn, shoot, on net, sticked away. Koloski around behind the net, knocks it loose. Lincoln will get it back, and that'll end the period. 2 periods in the books. Lincoln 3, Wyoming 1. Back and ready for third period action. Cassidy will take the opening draw. Martin and Marty on the wings. Heaton picks up the loose puck, knocks it forward, and he'll knock down another pass. Now Heaton will work in across the blue, chips it into the corner. Cassidy in the corner, back to the point. Marty fires, tipped, rolls a little wide, and sent back around. That one will get out to neutralize, who will chase it down. Circles at his own blue. Chips ahead for Marty. Marty working forward. Lincoln has to clear, and they'll set back up at their own blue line. Lincoln offside. Off in the neutral zone, knocked ahead. Lincoln's going to come up with it. Across the blue on the far point. Lincoln shot, 5-hole. .13:07 to go, and Lincoln will take a 4-1 lead. Cassidy to the center dot. Over to Bear. Bear feeds it ahead, and Lincoln will kick it right back out of the zone. Up and out of play. Face off in the neutral zone. Cassidy banging it forward, picked up by Bear. And Lincoln will get back out with it. Rickard broke it up. They'll get it back. Pass across. Missed the pass. It'll roll to the near boards. Lincoln back to the near point. They'll take a look. Shot. Tefren with the save. Rebound shot saved. And he'll get a cover. Near dot face off in the D zone. One ahead, or thrown back to Lincoln. Kowalski chase him into the corner. They'll ride him down. Puck comes loose. Sherman sends it around the boards. Far point picked up by Lincoln. Try to get a shot off, broken up. Kowalski blocked that one. Another backhand shot over the net. Lincoln picks it up behind. And they'll kick it out to the far boards. Bear chasing on him. Thrown through the middle, broken up. And poked ahead. Not quite out of the zone yet. Lincoln will hold the line. Back to Bear. Bear dodges a hit and gets it forward. We'll get the clear. Lincoln at their own blue. Pass ahead to the center line. They'll throw it into the zone. Slow roller just wide of the net. Picked up by Heaton. He'll lift it into the near corner. Cassidy out of the corner with it. He'll work forward. Poked away from behind. Lincoln sends it back out. Knocked loose, and Lincoln back in. Heaton pressures, and Tefren with the save bounces over the net. Heaton behind the net. He'll get tied up. Kowalski in to help. Kowalski will come out of the pile with it. Whistle there. Penalty called on Wyoming. Heaton headed into the box. 11:15 remaining, and we'll go on another penalty kill. Marty and Wynn out front. Wickert back on D.
Oh, no, we're going to go 5-on-5, offsetting penalties. That's the confusion. No. We will get a fifth guy out there eventually. Let's see. Cassidy will come back on. 5-on-5. Marty out of the draw, and he'll skate it forward. Into the zone. Marty working in. Shot just wide. Kicks out near side. Rickard holding the line, sends it back into the corner. Lincoln will chase it down. They'll send it around to the far corner, back in behind the net. Marty there, knocks it to Cassidy. Cassidy working. Lincoln comes up with it, pass ahead, and they got 2 out of the zone. Poked away at the blue line by Sherman, but they'll get across. Bounces off the back of a skate and into the near corner. Sends it around. It'll roll to Marty on the far boards. Marty picks it up there. Looking out across the middle, across to Cassidy. Cassidy in. Move through the feet and tied up. Knocked away by Wynn. It'll roll behind the goal line. Comes out far side. Sherman up. Well, he'll let them. Wynn comes in to knock it. Nope. Lincoln sends it across the ice and into neutral zone. Poked ahead by Wickert. He'll drive into the corner for it. Lincoln takes it away. Fed back up the boards. Taken away by Cassidy. He'll send it back in. Cassidy chases it back down. Fires. Glove down in front. Loose puck and knocked away into the corner by Lincoln. Cassidy holding the line from his knees. Puck comes out and Koloski knocks it away. Lincoln gets it right back. Up in the air. Lincoln in on the near point. And they are whistled offside. Good job. We get a face-off in the neutral zone on the near dot. A little over 9.5 left to play. Into the dot. Knocks it forward. Lincoln will send it deep. Bounces behind the net. Pick it up. Sherman looking for a little space. And he'll work out the near sides. Up the boards. Koloski gets it out of the zone. Sends it across the middle. Bear coming across, but a little out of reach. And Lincoln fires it back in. Up the near boards. Koloski got a tip on it. He'll get it deep. Lincoln tipped it up, so no offsides anyway. And Lincoln will circle back behind their own net. Koloski knocks the pass down. He'll try to get across the middle, broken up in traffic. Sherman comes up to challenge, and Lincoln will throw it deep. Picked up by Martin. Pass ahead will get out of the zone. Koloski pushes it through. Lincoln will get it back. Pass through the middle, broken up. Martin knocks it forward. Lincoln will get it back. Lincoln far side. Thrown ahead, and they'll dump it. Sherman picks it up behind the net, chips it around to the far corner. Lincoln feeds it back to the point. Shot from there is wide into the near corner. Sherman knocks it loose, and Koloski will chip glass back to the point. Hold the zone. Lincoln gets it back on the far circle. Shot from there, up and high. Tipped off a Turpin's glove, I think. Sherman finds the puck, gets a little knocked off his feet, but he'll hold the puck under him. Martin in to help. And then we're going to get a whistle there. Looks like we're tied up and we'll get a face-off. Near dot face-off for Wyoming. We're short a guy. They dropped the puck. We don't have a whistle. Lincoln. Now we're back to 5-on-5. Kicks around behind the net. Poked into the corner. And we'll chase it up the boards. Wickert passes out to neutral ice. And Lincoln picks it up there. They'll pass ahead. They're offside. Loose puck picked up. And Heaton will work through some traffic. Gets it into the zone, picked back up by Lincoln. Lincoln circles behind the net, bounces off a ref. Marty will pick up the loose puck. Trying to throw it through the middle off a skate and bounces behind. Lincoln trying to pass it out to neutral ice, and that'll be icing on Lincoln. .7:10 to go. Lincoln up 4-1. Face off in the offensive zone. Takes it back to the blue line. Fired and in. That was in. That was in. That was in. Well, they didn't see the goal, so they didn't call it. That shot sails a bit wide. Marty out of the corner. Shot from Heaton, knocked down. Or Wickert, sorry. Sherman will send it down the boards. Pass across. Gets through. And Marty picks it up near boards. Bodied off of the puck. And Lincoln's going to come out 3 across. And we'll have a little meet and greet on the far side. .6:35 left. Cassidy to the dot in the neutral zone. Knocked into the Wyoming zone. Sewell collected. He'll circle behind his own net. And we'll go to the far side, out to Heaton. Heaton up the far boards. He'll pull up in the neutral zone. Cross ice pass ends up off of Cassidy's skate. Looking for Bear on the far blue line. Heaton from the point. Circles, keeps the puck. Gets it down to the corner. Back up to Heaton, far point. Keeps the zone, ahead to Marty. Knocked off the puck, and Heaton will get it back. Heaton working in. Pass across the middle, picked off. And Lincoln will come up near side and dump it in. Icing on Lincoln. .546 to go. Cassidy to the dot. Tied up. Cassidy will send it and sticked away. Sherman picks it up far boards. Works through a couple guys down in the corner and poke loose. Lincoln will get it back. Crash in the corner. And we're going to have an interference penalty. Interference called on Sherman. So we're back on the kill with 5.5 to play. Bear knocks it forward. Bouncing puck. And still loose. Lincoln will collect it. Broken up and they can't get the shot off. Lincoln back at the point. Dump down low. Wickert will chase him into the corner. He'll take him off the puck. Kicks it back below the goal line and across for Martin. Martin sends it clear. Bear with a takeaway at the blue line. Lincoln will knock it loose. Lincoln around the near boards, and they'll get out to neutral ice. Pass across the neutral zone and dumped in deep. Heaton chasing into the corner. Lincoln sends it back to the point. Keep it in the zone. Fired down and tipped up and over the net. Lincoln set up behind the net. Across, and that'll go. Power play goal for Lincoln. It's 5-1. .436 left. Fair to the dot. Knocks it forward and he'll chase. Lincoln passed back out, picked off by Martin, and they'll kick it out of the zone. Zeus sends it back up the boards. Lincoln through the middle, broken up by Koloski. He'll chip it in. Bouncing puck on net, stick to side. Lincoln will send it up the boards, and that'll get through everybody. Bear back to get it. He'll send it back ahead to Heaton. Heaton trying to feed it forward, kicks back into the zone for Bear. Bear out across the blue. Bear still got it, and he'll get across the red line and send it deep. Koloski chases. Koloski takes away down low. Koloski in the corner looking back to the point. Heaton, little move. He'll get through a couple guys. Heaton working in from the dot. Tries to get the shot off and in! Heaton getting hooked up and mauled by 2 guys and still puts a top shelf. YO goal number 3, Ethan Heaton. It's 5-2. Still got 3:49 left on the clock. Cassidy, center dot, knocks it forward. Back out to neutral ice, and Marty pushes it in. Cassidy working right at the blue. Poked away by Lincoln. And Lincoln on a break. Kick save, Turfrin. And rebound to bounce in 5-0. We're going to get a goalie change for Wyoming. Lineman back in the pipes. 3.5 to go. Off the draw, Cassidy knocks it forward again. Lincoln will come out far boards. Thrown into the zone. No icing called. Lincoln, feed back through the middle, broken up. Back up top, bouncing through the middle. And now we're going to have a penalty. We're going to call a 2-minute roughing on Cassidy.
He was on his hands and it was even to the board. So we got a roughing penalty for it. This game, though.
Back on the kill we go. Lincoln from the far point, dumps it down below the goal line. Sherman will dig it out in the corner. Ahead to Marty, sends it back out. Broken up, Lincoln will get it back. Slow roller, poked away. Oh, sorry, that wasn't Marty. Marty will lift it clear. Played by the goalie. Lincoln back to get it in the near corner. Pass up to the blue line. Thrown through the middle, picked off by Marty. Tries to send it deep, deflected, but it will roll into the Lincoln zone. They'll send it around. Lincoln near corner. A little bit of time. They'll take a look and stand around. Pass through the middle to center ice. And that's going to be a trip. .229 remaining. Trip called on Marty, and we'll go 5-on-3 for 1:13. Zoo tying him up, pushes him into the corner. Lincoln will circle back out, pass across backside, shot, knocked down by Leinonen, and we'll get it clear. Lincoln back below their own goal line. They'll set up. Long pass out to the center dot, and that'll go icing.
Take the easy pass, Gale.
51 seconds left of the 5-on-3. 2:07 remaining in the game. Kimbley off the draw, knocks it back into the corner, and Lincoln behind their own net. Long stretch pass to the middle, tipped up, and Leinonen will come play it forward. Sent out of the zone, Lincoln will regroup. They're chasing. Lincoln to the far boards, and they'll work in on the far point. Zoo pushing to the corner, cuts it off. Thrown through the middle, nothing on net. Lincoln feeds it back to the point, and they'll hold the line. Back down the boards through the corner and to the far corner. Lincoln circling. Backdoor pass, Leinonen in with the blocker. And they'll drop it back across the blue line. Bear chasing in. Lincoln will get it back. Lincoln comes in 3 wide. Shot, knocked down. Heaton battling for the puck. Knocked away by Zoo. That'll get to the top of the zone. Shot, Leinonen with a blocker save. And we got a whistle. I think the net might be off. And we're back to 5-on-4. .36 seconds left to kill and 1:06 left in the period. Lincoln across the top, dumps into the corner. Lincoln from the far corner, pass behind the net. Set up, come to the near side, shot from the hash, and Leinonen with the glove. Cassidy face off near dot. Bouncer and gloved by Leinonen. 49 seconds left. 20 of that on the kill. Bounce clear. Bear chasing into the zone. And Bear's going to get a slashing penalty. Lincoln's going to pull their goalie and we'll touch it up. Five seconds remaining on the first penalty, and we'll get another one. We'll just stay 5-on-3.
5-3.
Face-off will be in the neutral zone. Ref's calling for 5-on-4. We'll go 5-on-4. Picked up by Koloski. He'll fire it from the center dot off a stick and bounces into the near corner. Should get Marty back and we're 5-on-5. Tipped deep by Lincoln. Shot blocked by Sherman. Kick it up the boards. Cassidy to Koloski. Sends it ahead. Picked up by Lincoln. And that'll be the end of the game. Final score, Lincoln 6, Wyoming 2. We got one more pool play game tonight at 5 o'clock against the Tri-City Storm. And then we will have one game tomorrow morning in bracket play. Game time believe it is 11:10 or 11:40 if I remember right, depending on the outcome of tonight's game. We'll be back in a couple hours with game 3.